Alright, Shalom, Carlo, how about Shalom to the left. Now I just want to make a quick video because you have people to think the world is really going to end. And I just so happened I got on YouTube to see, some news and different stuff. They got this video right here. I ain't going to play it, but they got the little image up and the actual preview on it. Process how the world will end. According to the scriptures, the world is not going to end. Esau's world going to end. So let me get a few things real quick. Now, there's some events that's going to lead up to this Third World War. But yeah, let me go back real quick. This book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14, it says the second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. Now that war it's talking about is the Third World War. Now, primarily, I should say, prior to it, so like a wrong word for that, but prior to that, you're going to have all types of shit breaking out. Economic collapse, financial issues. With them doing that, they want to actually, implement this RFID chip. That's why you got these phones and these credit cards that got the C-hip on it, so you can actually get in the habit of sticking your hand out and scanning it. So the next thing you know, that C-hip, that charagma, that's gonna get pushed out, and you're gonna have a lot of celebrities, actors, politicians, whatever, people that have so-called status, they're gonna actually promote that. And then a lot of people, they're gonna fall for the bait, man. They're gonna fall for the okie doke. So you actually pay attention to the stock market in other countries, what they actually want to do. They don't want to deal with that for real. They want to have a gold-backed currency like China, Russia. They want the yuan and the ruble to be backed by gold. Iran, I should say, Iran. I forgot the exact name of their currency, but they actually want to have it backed by gold as well. And a lot of these other countries want to do the same thing, but see, Esau don't want to have that because you got a currency backed by gold. They can't just digitalize everything because it has a foundation. But if it's digitalized, ain't really no foundation. The people become the foundation, and they use the people as a currency, so to speak. And that's what we leading up to. But before that third war pop up, though, a lot of that stuff gonna be happening. People gonna be using the C-hip to buy goods, getting their vehicles, getting their houses, just about everything. You got the Amazon Go store. They already got the C-hip for that. Now, if I can, let me see if I can find it real quick. I was talking to one of my family members about this. And you see, they already got it set up, so people come in there, they got that C-hip in their hand, they can get in. But on this video, they actually got them using the phone, so once this hit the fan, man, because a lot of people, they're not going to take this. That's going to cause conflict. Then you're going to have people that's going to take it. So the ones that don't take it, still going to have to survive and do what they need to do. There's going to be something across seas, some type of event that's going to pop off and spark this third war. Now, let me go back. And I'm glad they got it like this, so you don't have to click on the video. Because Esau like to play these games. You play certain videos, they'll flag your video and say you're using certain type of information or it's false medical information or whatever little nonsense they try to do to take these videos out. Let me see, let me go with something else. Let me see. I want to say it's in the book of Joel, if I ain't mistaken. Okay, here we go. So, in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And this is what you see happening right now. I'm going to read some more to this. We got the event with Azerbaijan. I want to say it was Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, if I ain't mistaken. I have to go double check. And don't just take my word for it as well. You know, I know I'll be accurate on stuff, but you have to do your homework too. Do your own research as well. Now, you know, that scenario, Taiwan and China, you don't hear about it too much in the news, but it's still going on. It ain't just stopped. They just don't talk about it that much like that. The scenario with North Korea, South Korea. Another event just happened down in Syria, where a U.S. base just got attacked too. So there's more stuff going on that's drawing more troops over there in that region. The stuff with Iran and Israel, that's still blowing up. You still got the Ukraine and Russia scenario. So all you hear about is wars and rumors of wars, like the scripture said. Let me see what else I want to get. Around verse 9, the book of Joel, chapter 3, said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, what you see happening. And it says, beat your plowshares unto swords and your pruning hooks unto spears, let the weak say I'm strong. Now these other nations, they got nukes now. They ain't just got no basic military arsenal. So the U.S. can't just go up in there and do what they want to do and play these little games and try to just take over and overthrow somebody. Now they got to sit down at the table and have meetings and talks and have a summit. Now, verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, that they cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, that the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit and judge all the heathen round about. So all this talk about the world ending and all that, the world not ending, man. Let me go to another precept real quick. Ain't gonna be no earth gonna explode or the war gonna pop off and all the people on the earth gonna get wiped out. There's just gonna be bugs and shit running around. No, it's not going down like that. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, one generation passeth away and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So, hey, it's about that time, man. This generation coming to an end. They keep calling these previous kids that's been being born Generation Z. There's no coincidence that they call them Generation Z, because we right at that end time. Well, let me see. Give me 1 minute, let me see exactly which precept I want to do. This the one right here. Now, it's in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3. Now, people be talking about you go to hell to get judged and all that stuff. Judgment ain't gonna play out on this earth. And that's why you got that phrase, the second death, mentioned in the scriptures too as well. Because the first one was the flood, when Noah was roaming the earth. The second go around, there ain't gonna be no water, it's gonna be fire. And that's why you hear Luke talk so lot. There's only one thing on this earth that can spread out like a lake of fire. When you look at the nuclear explosions, they actually do, which I ain't gonna pull the video of. I actually got a bunch of other videos, so if you wanna search through it and see how it look, you can go through it. But it actually spreads out like a lake. When you ever hit your hand across a lake and see that wave go, you see that wave go across the lake like that? That's how nukes spread out. That's on the book of 2 Peter. It says the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So the one thing on this earth that can melt stuff with fervent heat is the nukes, them arrows. Now the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it says, in verse 16, it says, and moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. It says, I said in my heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked. So the righteous, primarily the elect, when they talk about the 144,000, when the judgment do come, we're going to get delivered and make it up out of here. But the wicked, they going to get caught up in that. Because our body's made of elements too. So once that event take place, people going to get melted. Now it says, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in my heart concerning the state of the sons of man, that Yahweh might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. And a lot of people move like beasts for real. That's why sometimes, once you really get into these precepts and you meditate on them, you don't really want to hang with too many people like that. You know, unless you got certain family members that you're close to, or if you're dealing with your woman, or you're dealing with women. Other than that, you don't really want to be around people because they really act like beasts, man. A lot of people, we're supposed to be an example on the earth. But, hey, look at how people maneuver. Esau had set his heart out to kill our people, which I'm going to make another video talking about that too. But I ain't going to get too deep on that topic right now. But Esau set in his heart to really do away with us and wipe us out. Shit, our people do more of that than Esau. Our people become more wicked than the wicked. No, I said, let me read on some more. Verse 20 it says, and this goes into that other doctrine too, that hell doctrine people talking about, where you go burn up for all these years and all that. No, that ain't how that works. Now, verse 20 says, all go into one place, all of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive it, that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, but that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? And the only person that can do that is Yahweh. Now, let me see, let me pull a few more precepts and I'm gonna end this off, because I want to make another video as well. Now it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, I'm going to read through this one, then I'll get ready to end this off. And I might pull a few more precepts, you know, sometimes stuff come to mind, they just be flowing like that, even though I may say I'm going to end this off. So bear with me. Now it says in verse, let's see, I'm going to start at verse 5. Now it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquity. So all the stuff, you gotta think about this whole timeline that this place was established. All the stuff from the beginning to the establishing of America, or also known as Babylon, up until now. The Most High remember all that. See, Esau think because ain't nothing happened yet. Oh, they can just keep doing shit. Ain't nobody seeing it. Now, in verse 6, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she have filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and a widow and shall see no sorrow. And that's one thing America like to push too, is Queen of Heaven spirit, that Babylonian spirit, that Ishtar, that Eastern spirit, that Inanna stuff. That's what Babylon like to push. That Ashtoreth spirit. That's why women always run around talking about their queen and all this shit. They don't need no man. And shit, America moved damn near as a whole like that. Politicians act like queens. Now, verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord, her one who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously, where it shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Why? See, if the world gonna end, let me go back to this little image right here. Got different videos popping up. If the world gonna come to the end, how's it gonna be people who be wailing this place and looking and being sad and crying? But the world supposed to end though. The world not in the Esau world, and they set up that they got put in place. It's gonna end. Give me 1 minute, man. Grab me something. Grab me a drink real quick as we go. I'll read on some more. Verse 10, it says, standing afar off for the field for the torment, saying alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And you look at America, it's set up like a city. You go to other countries and stuff, they have a border, a gate, or some type of stuff you gotta enter through. That ain't so over here in Babylon. It's set up like a city. You got 10 different regions. Most cities you go to, they have certain jurisdictions, so to speak. That's how Babylon is set up, like one big city. That says, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Because all these other countries, they got rich, and still get rich off how people spending all this money. When celebrities get rich and they get their checks, or whether it be artists or athletes, even doctors or whatever. Whenever a person reaches a certain tax bracket, they like to go to Italy, they like to go to London, they like to go to Saudi Arabia, India, all these different little places, China, Japan, to get all these foreign goods and spend money. And sometimes they don't go there, they don't travel because they may not have a visa or passport or whatever, or they might have felonies, so they can't really just maneuver like that, so they get it shipped over here. And that's how these different countries, they make all their money. Now in verse 12 it says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls, fine linen, purple, silk and scarlet, and all Diane wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, cinnamon and odors and ointment and frankincense and wine and oil, fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men, and the fruits of thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. And thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, which are made rich by them, shall stand afar off for the fear of a torment, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. This ain't happened yet. People try to read the book of Revelation and try to say, oh, some of this stuff happened. No, this stuff ain't happened yet. And ancient Babylon didn't have this type of stuff going on, like what's going on right now, to this extreme, I should say. And when you can actually go over there in that region and maneuver around. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, the area, what is it, Iraq or somewhere? It's somewhere in that region over there. I have to look it up on the map again, but you can do your homework on that as well.